video, I will discuss about what are the key difference between an internal auditor and external auditor. So internal and external auditor, basically there is one thing in common in both auditors, that they are auditors, the word audit. So both of them, they give assurance. Assurance is what it means, that they give their own opinion whether those processes or those documents which they review give a true and fair view of the reality. So basically, internal auditors are the one who are being employed by the board of directors through audit committee, and they report on the ongoing operational issues, and they give the assurance to the board of directors in regards to the company's system, processes, and compliance with the policies, procedures. Are the company or the management is complying with the regulations? So they give the assurance whether the people within the organization who are being assigned to different jobs are doing their jobs as stated. But since the organization is very big, so there is always room for improvement, so they give suggestion how to improve further, and also they identify some kind of oversights, weaknesses which management or the process owner of those departments have not encountered, and they give their recommendation how to bridge those gaps, and they try to make the system and the processes and the compliance within the organization very strong. Whereas the external auditor, their main focus is not the entire organization, but rather the financial numbers of the organization. They are more interested in giving their assurance in terms of whether the numbers at the year end which the company publish or present to the shareholder regarding the revenue, expenses, profits, loss, and the company properties, we call it assets, the liabilities, the loans which the company taken. So these all matters, they give assurance only on these matters, which is generally classified as the financial matters. Whereas internal auditor scope is pretty wide, because they give not only on financial matters, they give on operational matters, on compliance matters, governance matters, and other matters. So this is one of the difference between in terms of scope. There is another difference in between the hiring of the auditor as well. The external auditor is being appointed by the shareholder, those who have invested their money in the company, whereas internal auditor is being appointed by the board. So they give assurance to the board, so the board feel relaxed that the external auditor does not come up with something very significant at the year end, rather than there is an ongoing process of check and balances. So this is the second point in terms of hiring. The third point is in terms of reporting. Since the external auditor, their main stakeholder is the shareholders, so they present their opinion on the financial statements by the year end to the shareholder, whereas the internal auditor, they share their reports with the management and with the board of director or the audit committee. The fourth difference is the external auditor are not an employee of the organization. They are being appointed for 3-year term generally, and after 3 years they appoint a new external auditor, whereas internal auditors are being appointed by the company through audit committee, and they are the employees of the company. So these are some of the key differentiating factor between the internal and the external auditors. So the good corporate governance is also mandate to have internal auditors, and the purpose of internal or external auditors is to give assurances on their scope of work. So in case of external auditor, it is on financial matters, and in case of internal audit, the entire organizational setup, be it financial, compliance, operational, or anything else. So with this brief classification, I'm hoping that you have now much more clarity between internal and external auditors. And in the upcoming videos, I will even discuss about more in terms of the role of internal auditor. So for that, you have to tune in and subscribe if you are more interested in internal audit topic. And thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next video.